Good evening. My name is Hirit Green Bay Real. I am a sociologist and a system engineer from Colombia. I'm gonna give you my appointment about the impact of the internet on society. It is clear that we are in a digital age, the age in which most people use all kind of technological tools to execute their activities. One of the most important is communication through the use of social network. But it must take into account that just as they offer many facilities to communicate and inform us, they also miss for evil purpose, and that actions are not based on ethics or values. Their only purpose is being to harm other persons. So, knowing this, we have to tell you that the several studies says that the largest user of social networks are under 15 years old. These children use the social networks by altering their age to use it a free way, sometimes without taking into account the dangers they're running by doing this. They can communicate with anyone who has that social network, in some cases without even know who they are. Those children are the use of the social networks by the children must be monitored and supervised. Any type of risk such as pornography, kidnapping, and among others. Children are the most affected because they still do not have enough maturity and responsibility to use it properly. Many times their goal is just to have contact as possible. They can't to contact the child in this case without measuring the negative aspect that this entails. Children allow themselves to be manipulated by the desire for popularity, thinking that the more contacts you have, the more popular you will be in society. This being mistakes that leads them to make that mistake of adding everyone they can on their peripheral from the social network. So the social network, you can also see that children are using it in a bad way and people are approaching them to use it in bad. So to fix this situation, we have tools like the cyber security that allow you to make proper use of the networks and also avoid to be harmed in the social media. Also, the use of the internet and social media should be made appropriate, taking into account the risks found on these platforms. It is necessary to distribute time used in social networks. It should not be excessive to avoid addiction to them, since the excessive use peripheral from the social network. So the social network, you can also see that children are using it in a bad way and people are approaching them to use it in bad. So to fix this situation, we have tools like the cyber security that allow you to make proper use of the networks and also avoid to be harmed in the social media. Also, the use of the internet and social media should be made appropriate, taking into account the risks found on these platforms. It is necessary to distribute time used in social networks. It should not be excessive to avoid addiction to them, since the excessive use of the internet does not necessarily mean that much knowledge is being acquired. The age allowed for the use of social networks should be taken into account in order to avoid being victims of any kind of risk and to have the maturity and responsibility for this use. So in Colombia, the children are use the social networks and not doing the right thing, and every day children are victims of using social networks. So I propose that we should take more responsibility and make social networks harder accessibility, make social networks to have harder accessibility to your young children.